talk about how to start attacking the body, all right? The one thing we need to realize is most of us are one-sided. Most of us have a right leg lead or we're a left leg lead, and that's where all of our attacks start. For an example, myself, okay? If I'm gonna hit a high crotch, it's gonna be on this side of the body. I like the right side of my head tight to the body. If I'm on the left side, okay, right here, I like to be my head to the inside over here, head inside single. Okay, but again, the right side of my body is tight. If I shoot a double leg, okay, the right side of my head is tight to the body again. So when I'm attacking, okay, understand that. Divide the body in half. You have a high crotch side and you have a single leg side. Now, if some of you can hit a single leg both sides or a double leg both sides, more power to you. But for most of us, okay, we're going to have to know how to attack one side and then the other side. We can do it in different ways, okay? And I think when I was a young kid, I'd get so frustrated going to camp because I thought I didn't know enough. Because I couldn't do a high crotch both sides, I couldn't do a single leg both sides, I couldn't do a double leg both sides. You don't need to know how to do it, everything both sides. In fact, very few people do. We need to know how to attack each side of the body. So let's divide the body, okay? Have a high crotch side, single leg side. For most of us, again, there's the exception out there. Most of us are a right leg lead. So that means if our opponent's leading their right leg, that's what they're giving us. They're giving us a high crotch. Okay? If I come out and I'm a right leg lead and she's leading the left leg, she's giving me a single leg. That's what I'm looking for. Okay? Double legs I can look for really either if she has either leg forward. But a lot of times as coaches we want our opponent or want our kids to attack, but we're not specific. And really we can break it down very easily. What are they giving us? What is our opponent giving us? If they're giving us a right leg lead and I'm a right leg lead, what do I shoot to that side? I shoot a high crotch. What do I shoot to this side? She's leading this leg. I shoot a single. Take it. Instead of making so much work for ourselves, okay, let's take what our opponent's giving us. So dividing the body in half, so we have a high crouch side and a single leg side. Now, right along with that, okay, we got to start focusing on our arms. What are our arms doing? Okay, we're going to call I'm a right leg lead, my right arm, we're going to call that my attack arm. It's my working arm. It does everything. Okay? It pushes, it pulls, it fakes, it shoots. Okay? I shoot my high crotch with it. I shoot my single leg with it. Okay? I shoot the important arm on a double leg, right here. Okay? It's your dominant arm. Most of the time, if we're not trained, we want to use our attack arm to grab onto our opponent. There's a lot better use for this arm than being up here on the collar. Okay? If I put her up on the collar, she underhooks me. I don't have my best single. I don't have my best high crotch. I don't have my best double. Now, maybe I have one or two attacks. Maybe I can drop in here. But now we're going down to our fourth and fifth best attack, trying to beat our opponent. That's not going to work very well. Okay? We want to be able to hit our bread and butter, our number one attack, our number two attack, our number three attack, all the time. We want to be able to put ourselves in a position to attack her. So, your lead leg arm, your attack arm, is very important. We've got to find a place to use it. Where's some good places to use it? Not on the collar. Okay? This we don't want to do. Okay? Maybe it's a wrist tie. Maybe it's an elbow tie. Maybe it's an underhook. Maybe instead of a collar where she can control my elbow, maybe it's a bicep block. Now she can't control anything. And I can get the same balance with this arm as I could here. I can get it on my bicep. on the bicep. Okay? So your attack arm always has to be in a position so it can attack or defend. And if it can't, it shouldn't be in that position. If Randy shoots on me right now, it's got to be able to drop. It's got to be able to get between my hip and her shoulder. And if it can't do that, it shouldn't have been in that position. She shoots, I can block. If I'm up on her collar, she shoots, she can beat me in that position. Not saying she will, but she can. Okay, so we've really got to pay attention to what our attack arm is doing. You have to be in control with your attack arm. Again, it's your dominant arm. You do everything with it. Okay? But we've got to use it in the right way. Our arm opposite our lead leg is our control arm. Okay? We're right in here. This is our control arm. Our control arm is not so important. Our control arm should be that scout out there figuring things out. We lead with our head, and then this arm comes up and gets a hold of our opponent. Okay? It holds on. It holds on. Okay? It holds on. It holds in onto him. Keeps him close to us so we can feel what's going on. Right? This should be our first reach. If we're going to reach, it should be opposite our lead leg. Our attack arm, at that point, until we make head contact and control arm contact, our attack arm should be down. Once we make contact with our head and our control arm, then we can start attacking, okay, with our lead leg arm. We've got to protect our legs. Okay? Now, the first thing that happens when I start talking about this a lot of times is I send the athletes out, and the first thing I notice, they're wrestling like this. They're afraid to reach. We need to use our arms. We just need to use them in the right way. We need to make sure that we're always aware of what our attack arm is doing. And I can guarantee you that if you're not thinking about it for a while, it's going to take some time. The natural tendency is to come up with that attack arm and hold on to our opponent. We've got to hold on to it in a better position. So we can always let go and attack. Okay? She's not controlling this. So if I'm in an elbow tie, if I want to let go and attack, I can attack. If I'm in an underhook, she can't keep me from dropping. I can attack. If I'm in a wrist tie, I can let go. I can attack. Okay? I've got to always keep the hand in position. If she ties up my control arm opposite my lead leg, she underhooks this arm, I still have my best attacks. My high crotch is still here. My single leg is still here. My double leg is still here. Okay? So if this arm gets tied up opposite my lead leg, it's not so important to us. Okay? We can deal with it. So we're going to rather put our control arm up than anything else.